Devin interview, take one.
My first pregnancy, I was so happy being pregnant. It was fun. I had a great pregnancy, and then it just changed. So I went in for the gestational diabetes test around 25 weeks, and I could tell by the concern in her voice that it wasn't just a normal number. You fail the test if it's 145, and it was 321. I was like, it's okay, gestational diabetes is common in women. It goes away after the baby. All I'll have to do is diet, and we'll go from there. And so the rest of my pregnancy, I was having to carb count, I was on insulin, I was seeing my endocrinologist weekly, and then always adjusting my numbers. So I felt like numbers were constantly going through my head. And so after I delivered, I forgot all of that. Like, I just pushed it away because it took up so much of my brain during pregnancy. I couldn't do both as a new mom. I ended up delivering a little early, and thank goodness she was perfectly fine. Fast forward to, I just had my second baby, and he's 7 weeks old, and it's a night and day difference from my first pregnancy of not knowing what was wrong. Because that whole first year, I started getting sick, very sick. I was like, oh, that's just normal. That's part of being a mom now. I'm losing my hair, I'm losing a lot of weight. I'm sad and depressed because I'm just trying to do the mom thing.
It was a hard season because she was postpartum and breastfeeding, and we had this new, unknown thing going on.
Moms do forget about themselves a lot in having a baby. You just put yourself on the back burner. Even though in the back of my head, it was just like the word diabetes was hovering over me. I'm like, I've got to push that to the side because I'm a mom now. I've got to take care of her. And I'm worried about making sure she's breathing okay. Is she eating enough? Is she pooping enough? Do I need to call the doctor because she hasn't peed in a few hours? And I just felt terrible all the time. And I also avoided the doctor at this point because, like I said, I just didn't make time for myself. I was spiraling at that point. I felt like I couldn't be the mom I wanted to be or the wife I wanted to be. I feel like it did take away from that, first year. I just got to where I felt sick and I looked sick, and there was one night and I was just throwing up constantly.
For me, that was okay, if it takes me putting pressure on her, that's just what I'm gonna have to do at this point.
The day I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, it was a moment of relief because I felt better knowing that, okay, this is what I have. It makes complete sense of what I was going through. I couldn't imagine going through this pregnancy without knowing that I had type 1 diabetes. Knowing has empowered me more than I could explain. I know how to be the best mom now. I know how to take care of myself. I know how to give myself insulin. I feel like I am the best version I can be now because I know.
I'm very proud of her because I can't imagine if something happened to her because we didn't know.
We definitely paid a cost of not knowing. Not only were we dealing with learning how to be parents, we also had the unknown of her health conditions, and that just took a huge hit on her, on me, on us together.
It affected my mental health, my family, my relationship with Hunter, my relationship with my daughter. It's hard because I felt like during that time I was doing what was best for her, but really doing what was best for her would have been doing what's best for me too. Because of the what ifs, what could have happened is scary to think about. And so I'm just thankful now that I can be here to see her grow up, and it is such a gift that there is screening so you can prepare for that and take on the diagnosis of type 1 diabetes if you were to have it, or if your kids were to have it. So now that my mom, My siblings, they all are going to get screened. To have that knowledge about type 1 diabetes, it can just help you better prepare. And that is why I am so grateful to Santa Fe for engaging me in this movement to raise awareness that there is screening available for type 1 diabetes. You will be a better mom to your kids if you're the best version of you can be, and that is your health. And that is why I encourage you to talk to your doctor about screening for type 1 diabetes.